Hi guys, so now I'm starting the next video. Gotta take this off because no one's in the room. So this is how to fill out the TRF. The first place you could start is the initial question. This should not come from your head. This should come from an assignment, a project, a quiz, anything from your core academics, so math, science, reading, history. So I would start here where it says initial question. Now, this will only be easy and this will only work if you make it work. So first, find an assignment that you need, and you can literally copy and paste stuff onto this TRF. That's why it's so helpful, and it'll help you raise your grades. This should not be coming from the back of your mind. So I have found a problem here, and this is from my math class. This is quiz 1, and it is number 5, level 5 problem. And we were learning about parallel postulates. So I'm going to read you the question. This says, find the measure of the missing angle in the figure below. What parallel postulates or theorems did you apply? So what we need to enter into the initial question is the written portion of the question. So it says, find the measure of the missing angle in the figure below. What parallel postulates or theorems did you apply? You would literally copy and paste that here. Where did we get it? What is the source? It is quiz 1, level 5, number 5. We put the source because our peers are learning the same things and they may have the notes or the assignment with them and they can help you out. So now that we've figured out what our initial question is, we need to figure out the vocabulary. So based on the question we just wrote, or we copy and pasted, what words could we use as academic vocabulary? Well, we have parallel and we have postulates. Maybe you want to use theorems, angle, those would all work. It should just not be add, subtract, measure. It shouldn't be basic stuff. You should use academic vocabulary. So I chose parallel and I did one example just to save some time today. So I found the definition of parallel. To do that, I go to a new tab and I type in, what is the definition of parallel lines? So I'll see, according to the author of Math is Fun, the definition of parallel lines is lines on a plane that never meet. So I can either copy and paste this, put it into my own words, or modify, which is basically paraphrasing. So that's what I did. Parallel means lines that never exist. I'm sorry, lines that never intersect. Sorry, it's the end of the day. All right, and you would do the same thing with number 2. You would look up the word postulates. Now, if it's a math definition, you would actually put in on Google or wherever you're searching, what is the definition of postulates in math? So that'll narrow down the options because some of them just don't make sense with the definitions that we're looking up. Moving on to the next section, what I know about my question. Looking at the problem thus far, I see that there are 2 straight lines, and based on what I learned in geometry, I know that a straight line equals 180 degrees. All right, so that's what I put here and what I know. A straight line equals 180 degrees. So then take a look again at the problem and figure out what else do you know. Well, I put something kind of basic, but let's say I just really honestly didn't know how to solve this problem, like many of us didn't. Maybe I could put, well, I know 2 given angles. One angle equals 140 degrees and the other equals 62 degrees. The only reason why I would accept this is because we don't have enough space to put this diagram here. I'll show you where to enter the diagram actually in this next section. So you'll notice the formatting is kind of off and not fun. I'll teach you how to work it. So on this critical thinking section about initial questions with corresponding steps, you basically have to insert the problem and try to solve it here. That's what this section is all about. And you may notice that there is not enough room. If you try clicking on the text and hover a little bit above, like I am, you'll see there's a straight line and there's 2 arrows going on both sides. What that means is there's a line there, and I can either expand it or compress it. I can't do it on here because I've already written stuff. This only works whenever your TRF is blank, by the way. It'll mess up all your formatting and all your work, so do it beforehand. So let's say I am an in-person student, but I like using the digital version, or maybe I like working it on a piece of paper and I'm a digital learner. Whatever the case may be, you can always do the work on a piece of paper and then put it here. Sometimes that's easier, sometimes it's not. It just depends on how comfortable you are. So basically here, I have inserted my problem. And how did I do that? Well, first I have to take a picture on my phone or on my iPad, whatever I'm using. So I would take a picture, boom, and I would have to download the Google Drive app. That's what I found easiest. Sometimes, now today it didn't work for me, so here's another option to add a picture. If you're using a laptop Chromebook, what you can do is insert into your drive, and you can search for it within your drive if you've already uploaded it, or you can upload it from your computer. So that's what I did today. It's not always easy. You have to practice and you have to do some research on how to use your device. And you could always just, write on here, Miss S, Miss M, please take a look at my screen. I have all my work whenever my screen is split. So that's what I'm doing. If I couldn't upload my picture, I could just at least show them on the side. You could also do the math here. Like, you see how I did 180 minus 144, which is the other given. Then I know the answer is 36. So I could always, write it out there. That's perfectly fine. Or you can do like this, whatever works for you. Because sometimes you may be doing English and, typing it out will be easier, or doing biology, maybe, I don't know. It depends on you and how well you're able to adapt to the new learning. So just try, be a problem solver. And you can always ask me or one of the other tutors for help to prove that you did some work. At least you're trying, So step number 2 is list the general steps that you took leading up to your point of confusion. Well, pretend that you did not see this. That was just an example. What you would do is basically write in written form what you did here. So looking at the picture and looking at my steps, first I will subtract 180 from 62. That's the first thing I did. And then I got 118. Then I will add 144 to, this should say 2, 62 and get 206. Now this is the part that I'm confused. You see how I did that? I am stuck here. Why? I'm stuck here. Why and what can I do with 206 to find the missing angles? Because I'm looking for X. That shows me and that shows the tutors where you got stuck. And the last section is the tutorial question. Now you always need to make sure that you circle where you're confused. So I haven't done it yet here, but you could you could write it down here. That would probably be easier if you're not too tech savvy. You could write on here. You just have to know your computer or device. And then another option is to write, I am stuck at the part where I got 206. 180 equals a straight line. The answer I got it's larger. So this is showing me where you got stuck in your tutors. And then also in section 2, it shows me again where you got stuck. And so it's easier for you to write your POC, your tutorial question. So basically I put, how can I find the missing angle X? Because that's what I need to find. And what can I do with the 206 degrees? Well, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope this helped you a little bit. Let me know if you're still struggling. And we do have tutorials every Thursday if you attend Tuesday, Thursday class, and on Fridays for Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes. So have a wonderful day. Please take a look at this video and let others know and help them out. All right, bye, guys.